Hello and good day from eTurbo News, Hawaii News Online, and Livestream.travel in Honolulu, Hawaii. On January 24th, this publication began questioning the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention, known as CDC. 1 month later, and under a different administration, shifting from Trump to Biden, this doubt is still there that the CDC is not telling the full story. And we wanted to find out why, if this was the case. On January 24th, eTurbo News interviewed Mr. Gunther Franke, a pharmacist from Cologne, Germany, about Germany's approach to the type of mask that would protect Germans and what type of mask would not protect very well.
These days are very interesting because the people recognize that it's very important to protect themselves and to care for themselves and for the other people. This changed I would say, from December, and because of the new mutation of the virus, and so the people really work on the distance, and they work on the mask and all this. That's what we get in the pharmacy shops, that they get informed and they want to have information. Yes.
I was asking Gunther about the cotton masks, and cotton masks are the ones we see here in the United States really the most. These are masks you can buy in department stores. They look great, they're fashionable, and that's what I was asking, if they're very effective. And you said yes.
No.
Okay.
No, the cotton, let's start. The cotton is not the effective. It was just the first thing we thought, but it's not effective. Now we learned you have to protect yourself and the other person, and this is only by this. I show it. It's something like this. This is a special FFP2 mask which protects. The cotton mask is no more allowed up from Monday. You are not allowed to go in a shop or to a doctor or wherever you go. You have to have the FFP2 because yes.
Yeah, the FFP2, I think, is similar to what we know here in the United States. It's the KN95, and I can show this here as well. It kind of looks what you were showing. And there, as far as I know, there are two of them. We have a KN95, what is produced in China, and then there is an N95, what is American made. And from what I read, the N95 is more effective than the KN95. Are you familiar with these two?
I only know that the N is no oily protection, which is maybe if you have some oily aerosols or something like this. So this is very difficult because you have a Chinese or American or a German declaration. We now have the declaration CE, which is certificated, and the Chinese, they put on the KN95. So in the end, it depends on what you see is that there is a certification, a kind of certification on this mask. Yeah, this is you have to breathe. It's a little bit difficult to breathe. You have to learn it, but it works very well. And normally it's enough to the 94% reduction of the breath out. So a 99, maybe a FFP3 mask can give you a 99%, but it's very, very difficult to breathe through a FFP3. They are hard on, they are just fit very well, and you can only breathe about 3 hours, and then you have to have a stop. But the FFP2 is reducing 95, 94%, and that's enough.
But what about this mask? I think you call it surgery. I don't know if you can see this type.
Yes. Yeah, this is very interesting because this is what you know from a doctor. If you go to a doctor, he may wear this mask, and it only protects you, not me. As a doctor, he's not protected, he's protecting you. Makes sense because if you are in a surgery, the doctor opens your body, you don't want to have his bacteria in your wand. So this is what you can say. It's just to keep all away from you. So it is allowed in Germany also on Monday to wear this surgery mask to go into shops, because it's more or less the protection of another person. It's definitely better. There's no doubt about this. To say it is better to take the FF2 mask.
You also had the same situation where officials told everyone, don't worry about, you can wear the cotton mask, you can wear, anything you want, because there wasn't enough of the KN95 or the FFP2 available, and you needed this for the hospitals. So it was literally a misinformation by the government to secure production for the doctors. And we all agree the doctors should be the first getting the shots. They should be the first able to wear the mask. And not only the doctors, also like people like you, Gunther, because you work in the pharmacy and you deal with sick people. So I don't think anyone has a problem with this. But it is really, the people weren't told the truth. And I think from what I'm hearing here, we're in the same situation, just delayed a little bit in the United States, because we're being told every day by CDC, and when you look up the guidelines, that all these masks are effective, including the cotton mask. And I'm wondering, when this type of guidelines will change. Now we have a new federal government, so we can only hope that the Biden administration is it's getting the record straight, because it's dangerous, isn't it?
I'm really surprised, because I told you it was in March the same situation. We didn't have enough masks. The government couldn't say wear the mask FFP2 or something like this, or a surgery mask, and then say, okay, the first step, wear anything, whatever you get, it's okay. But now we are 1 year more information, and we learned about it. So I really didn't understand, because a lot of pictures we saw, lots of people do not wear mask, or they wear colored mask, cotton mask. But the point is, you have to change FFP2 mask now, because if the virus comes, the mutante, then you have a problem to get it under control. You won't get it under control. You see, if England has no control about this now. And so I cannot understand, because if you see in other countries what happens, then you have to decide to bring the people to wear the mask. The point is, what is with the old people? They have to have this mask. Then the question is not answered, what's about the children? You don't find mask for children, FFP2. There are no FFP2 for children. They may not need them from 0 or 0 to 4 years. You don't have to get mask. But what's after this? So the mask is a very important thing now, to protect the people and to remember the people that you have to have the distance. It's not enough to have a mask only. You have to have the distance, you have to wash your hands, and you get, and then it works. We see it. The people, if you have this mask, it remembers you to be careful. That's the point. Then another point is, you don't go into your mouth with your fingers. You don't go in your nose with your fingers. Even this helps to reduce that the virus goes from there to there. This is a special effect, because normally you don't recognize when you go with a finger in your nose. You don't do it. Another person, you don't. So if you protect your nose, your mouth, you reduce the the way of the virus. Every person.
Yeah,
This is a very important aspect. Yes.
And another interesting point I found out when I did a little bit of research earlier, the KN95 and the N95, and I'm assuming also the FFP2 mask, you can reuse. So it's not like the surgery mask you have to throw away in the garbage. This one you
Yes.
can reuse, and from what I understand how to reuse it, and actually I got this data from a German database, is to uh, to change it every day, and then keep it in your apartment, in your house for a week, not touch it, never touch
Yeah.
it in the inside. But and then
Yeah.
after a week it's dry, or you can put it in the oven and put it up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, 89
Yeah.
degrees Celsius. And I don't know how long you have to put it in the oven before it catches fire. But how do you guys do this over there?
Okay, we did this. The Robert Koch Institute, they told us to bring it into the backoven and to bring it about 70, 80 grad Celsius. But now they say don't do this because the material is not, is normally you take it and you work about 8 hours with the mask and then you throw it away in a laboratory. But what we tell the people, and that makes sense because now the people got from January until February, the people about 60 and risiko patients.
Arrest people, yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay, thank you. Um, they get 6 masks. And then we tell the people, okay, bring 6 nails into your wall and hang them down. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then if you come back home and you didn't wear the mask more than 8 hours, you hang the Monday on the nail of Monday. And then you keep this mask until the next Monday. And then you take the Monday mask again. You
Right. So you
understand?
just keep, yeah, basically you keep it for 1 week and
Yes.
then it's ready to use again. And I
Yes.
think you're not supposed to touch the mask at any time. You're supposed to stay away from it and just test the edges of it,
Yes.
I guess,
Yeah.
and then you're good to use it again. And
Okay.
what is very interesting, what you said, people are getting these masks. They're getting them free, or it means you have
Yes.
to buy them.
Yes, you get they get them free if they are more than 60, and the insurance companies, they send a special paper which they can bring into a pharmacist shop, and they get 6 masks free once, and then in the next period from February until April they get another 6. So in together they got 15 masks free of charge from December 3, and then now 6 and another time 6, and they can pick them up in a pharmacist shop. And the point is, it's very important that we can tell the people how to use the mask.
Right.
And you say don't touch it, you won't, you will touch it. You know, if you are in a laboratory with bacteria and all this stuff, you don't touch it, but the people will touch it. And of my opinion, it doesn't make a bad mask if you touch it, but don't put it in a bag or just take it for a week. We see some people wearing this for a week. You can see the mask is gone. You can't wear it. So by the control of the pharmacists, the people are informed and they get the information they have to have with the mask. No, lots of people didn't ever wear a mask, and we can explain. So if you think to change the mind, you should use your pharmacist shops to tell the people how to wear it, not sending by Amazon, not sending and here's your mask and you can do what you do. So you have to have people, or do you bring the people into the discussion? What's about the mask? How do I protect in a right way? Not only give the mask. And that's what they do. They say, okay, you get 6, you got a 15 mask free and the information. And we are responsible for the quality of the mask. We are responsible for the for all the things around. And I think it was a very good decision to do this, because now if you go to the streets, if you go to the shops, lots of people wearing FFP2 mask. This
So
is a
you,
pressure by the people.
this hasn't changed, but new types of coronaviruses are now spreading around, versions from South Africa, from Brazil, and from the UK, that making it even easier to get infected by COVID-19. So the issue of wearing the correct mask is becoming more and more important. eTurbo News compared cotton and fabric masks, surgical, KN95, N95, N94, FFP2, and later also FFP3 masks. The take was that KN95, N95, and N94 and FFP2 are really the most protective masks. They're under one family. The difference basically is N95 are manufactured in the United States under very strict guidelines. The KN95 guidelines are a little bit less strict. These are the same type of masks as N95 or similar, but manufactured under Chinese guidelines. N94 under South Korean guidelines, and FFP2 under European guidelines. The newer FFP3, what's supposed to be the most protective mask for the public to wear, is a step up from all of this. Surgical masks, these are different from the N95, protect others, but not the person wearing it. And cloth masks had become illegal in Germany because they don't protect according to the information received by authorities in Europe. On February 10th, CDC came out with a press release suggesting to wear 2 masks instead of 1. In response to this press release and looking at President Biden, eTurbo News reported about President Biden was seen to wear 2 masks. One was an N95 and the other one was a cloth mask. That's how he apparently, according to other media reports, also flies on airplanes. Inside the airplane, he wears his N95, and when he gets out, he covers it with a cloth mask. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, states on its websites, N95 respirators and surgical masks are examples of personal protective equipment that are used to protect the wearer from airborne particles and from liquid contamination to the face. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, it's abbreviated NIOSH, and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, also regulate the N95 respirators. What is illegal in Germany is now recommended by the CDC in the United States. CDC recommends cloth face coverings by use of the general public. The CDC recommends that members of the public use simple cloth face masks or face coverings when in public, and this is said to slow down the spread of the virus. That has been on the CDC website for a while. The CDC also tells Americans that N95 respirators are not for use by the general public. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, does not recommend, it says on their website, that the general public wears N95 respirators to protect themselves from diseases, including coronavirus. Those are critical supplies that must continue to be reserved for healthcare workers and other medical first responders as recommended by current CDC guidance. The CDC take on surgical masks. While a surgical mask may be effective, according to the CDC website, in blocking splashes and large particle droplets, a face mask by design does not filter or block very small particles in the air that may be transmitted by cough, sneeze, or certain medical procedures. Surgical masks also do not provide complete protection from germs and other contaminated items because of the loose fit in between the surface and the mask and your face. Strangely, this mask is okay for the public to wear. Ironically, the CDC also states on one of their websites, an N9 respirator is a respirator protective device designed to achieve a very close facial fit and very efficient filtration of airborne particles. Note that the edges of the respirator are designed to form a seal around the nose and the mouth. Surgical N95 respirators are commonly used in healthcare settings and are subject to N95 filtering. Face piece respirators, FFR2, often referred to as N95. The CDC also mentioned that such masks should not be shared and they should not be reused. There's a different opinion in Germany where reusing this mask after you dry it for 1 week is okay to do 2 or 3 times. Here in the United States, with N95 now becoming more available and many of the KN95 masks from China had received emergency authorization in the United States, the issue of mask wearing is becoming very confusing, and following outdated and incorrect recommendations may be deadly. Therefore, after eTurbo News received the CDC press releases on suggesting double masking without telling what mask, ETN contacted CDC on February 10th for clarification. ETN also wanted to know why Germany, for example, makes it mandatory to wear N95 masks, and this even counts for US military stationed in Germany, but CDC in the United States tells the American people N95s are not necessary. ETN also wanted to know why Germany would no longer allow cloth masks because they won't protect, while CDC keeps telling the American people cloth masks are okay, and now better were 2 than 1. CDC has avoided these questions from eTurbo News, and one can only speculate why. It is understandable that healthcare professionals should always get priority if there's a shortage in masks, but would this justify to simply lie to the American people? Since this is a government for the people and by the people, would it not make sense for a government agency to simply tell the truth and explain? What about telling the American people N95s are the most protective mask, but they may not be always available or simply too expensive for people on a budget? They cost about $2 a piece if you buy it in small quantity, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So here is the second and third choice: less protective, but as effective as possible. CDC is not doing it, and CDC also is not saying why they cannot tell the truth. Now listen to a summary of phone calls and follow-ups I had with CDC in the last 2 weeks, get clarification. So obviously there is an issue, there is a problem, what is understood by CDC, but CDC simply doesn't want to respond. Maybe they don't want to get caught not telling the truth. I don't know.
CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you are a member of the media, press 1. If you are a member of the public, press 2.
Please wait while your call is being transferred.
February 10th call.
CDC News Media.
Yes, hi, my name is Jürgen. I'm calling from eTurbo News in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I'm referring to a press release about double masking you sent out earlier. And my question is, we had done a number of stories in regards to the requirement in Europe, specifically in Germany, for people to wear masks that are equivalent to our N95. Cloth masks are no longer considered safe and actually are illegal to wear. And I'm wondering why CDC is not is still recommending cloth mask and not double cloth mask. Is there still a shortage? Is that the reason? Because apparently it's conflicting with what Europe is doing.
Okay, if you could send us an email just with those questions to media@cdc.gov, then I can have that passed on to the correct people and someone will be able to answer that for you.
Okay, I'll do that. I did send a question a while ago and I didn't get a response, but I will try it again.
Hello, you have reached the CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you
to your email what I did. So I'm checking if there's a response in progress, or should I just assume you're not responding?
I'm sure you'll hold it, please. I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
Okay, hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so it appears, yeah, we've received it. It's been sent over to our press officers. Right now, they're taking a look at it and reviewing it. They're not quite done with that process yet. But I can just let them know that you followed up, just so that they're aware, and then hopefully that'll get things moving along, and someone will get in contact with you shortly.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hello, you've reached the CDC News Media Branch.
CDC News Media.
Yes, hi, my name is Jürgen Steinitz. I'm calling from Etobo News, Hawaii News Online in Honolulu. This is my third follow-up on a question. Yesterday, I talked to someone in your office and you verified that you had my response and someone was working on it, but I didn't get anything back from you.
Yes. Let's see. So, yesterday, we sent it to our press officers, so we had to resend it again. So it was kind of just put in yesterday. So our press officers are now having a look at that. So yes, they're kind of in the process of reviewing that. I'm not sure what happened with your first inquiry. I know you resent it, but yeah, that got sent off to the press officers. So right now they're just kind of in the process of, going over your inquiry.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, you've reached the CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you are a member of the media, press 1. If you are
Please wait while your call is being transferred.
Terrorism, environmental and natural disasters, the wrath of gun violence, human interest stories, royal weddings, My American Women's Days, the social justice movements that define
CDC News Media, this is Darby. How can I help you?
Yes, hi, Starby. My name is Jürgen Steinitz. I'm with Etobo News in Honolulu. And I've been following up actually since Wednesday and confirmed with your office also that you had received my request and are working on a response. It's now almost a week later and I haven't heard from anyone. I'm just wondering, should I take this? There is no response. I wanted to go ahead with my article. That's just holding off on this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can barely hear you, but let me go ahead and double check on the status of your request. Go ahead and spell your first and last name for me. Okay, great. Yeah, I can see this is on the clarification on masks for you, and I can see that you listed a couple different masks in here. So I'll just go ahead and follow up with the program, let them know it's been days, and that you were still looking for an answer. We put down your 808 number as well as that email that you just put down. So I'll just go ahead and follow up them for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Have a good
Hello, you have reached the CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you are a member of the media, press 1.
Please wait while your call is being transferred.
CDC News Media.
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Jürgen. I'm calling from Etobo News in Honolulu, Hawaii. I don't know, I almost feel like you guys playing a game with us. I've been now calling and sending emails almost every single day for the last week, started on Wednesday last week, to get a clarification on the mask issue. And every time I call, I said, okay, you have my request and you're sending it forth and they should be responding to you. Nothing has happened. So I'm wondering, I have to finish this article. It's now a week old. And I'm wondering if I should just say that I cannot get a response from you.
Okay, if you'll hold, please. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can I get your name, please? It was about recommendations for, that's about it. It's about clarification on masks. that correct?
Yes, a clarification in regards to policies in place in Europe and policies in place in the US, why they're 180 degrees different.
Oh, okay. So it seems right now that they're done, reviewing their inquiry and everything. So right now it's just kind of, it's pending with our press officers. So from this point, someone should be getting in contact with you, but I'm gonna, let's see what I can do. I see that you followed up a few times.
Right.
We left some notes with the press officers, so we followed up with them in the past, and it seems that they moved forward with your inquiry, and they're done reviewing it, so it's really just kind of pending with them. But I'm gonna contact them a bit more directly on my end, and just let them know that you called and you're still waiting for a response, and hopefully that'll get things going for you. But I'm sorry for the wait.
I understand you're very busy. It's just it's an important issue. We've reported about it a number of times, so I would love to do and get a clarification. If I cannot get it, we're probably going to have to move with the story tonight, but it would be great to get a response.
Definitely. I'll let them know.
Okay, thank you for your help. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a great day. Sorry
You
again for
too.
the wait.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Hello, you've reached the CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you are a member of the media, press 1. If you are a member of the public, press 2.
Please wait while your call is being transferred.
CDC News Media?
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz with eTurbo News, and I'm just wondering, why do I get such unprofessional runaround from you guys? I mean, I have been now calling 8 days ago, actually Wednesday, the week before. I followed up 4 times by phone and several times by email. Every time I'm told that someone is working on my request, and I get absolutely nothing from you. In the meantime, we run this one article based on the information we had, but it's still an open question, and I'm wondering if someone could maybe please respond to us.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Okay, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so I'm kind of viewing what they've done with your inquiry. So right now they're done with like the review process and everything. I don't know if someone has already told you, but they're done with the review process. Right now it's just kind of pending with them. So I just followed up with the press officer directly. And yes, hopefully she will get in touch with you. But yeah, is there anything else that you would like me to add to your inquiry?
Just maybe remind, this was exactly the same information I was told on Tuesday, that the review process is finished and someone get back to me. It is just a very important timely issue also for our readers, and I think for anyone, to get a clarification, because if there are 2 rules in 2 countries that are so contradicting, someone has to be right and someone has to be wrong. So that's what we're trying to clear.
Okay, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and let them know. And yes, I'm sorry for the wait, but I'm gonna do the best I can, and hopefully someone will get in touch with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hello, you've reached the CDC News Media Branch. Please visit our website at cdc.gov/media for our latest news releases. If you are a member of the media, press 1. If you...
Please wait while your call is being transferred.
CDC News Media?
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Jürgen. I'm calling from eTurbo News in Honolulu. And I'm started to think that you're just sitting there to be nice and take messages, but never relate them, and no one ever gets back to me. I called you guys on the 11th of February, what is now 11 days ago, for a very timely story at the time, and what is still timely, in regards to why the CDC is still recommending cloth masks instead of the N95 and saying N95 shouldn't be worn when Europe is doing exactly the opposite. I submitted this by email, I called, I followed up 5 times now, or 6 times actually. Every time you guys told me that this was received and I get a response, I get nothing. And I'm just wondering if there's an intention behind it, because it sounds not only unprofessional, it's it's almost offensive.
Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to find our inquiry. Okay, so we have followed up with the press officers. It's still pending with them right now. But I will follow up with them, again, on your behalf. Let's see what else I can do.
Yeah, but look, you told me, or your colleague or someone in your department told me every time I called the same thing, that it's with the press officer and you would follow up and let's see if there's something else I can do. And then nothing happened. This is 11 days now. Shouldn't it be extremely simple to say, okay, this is the reason why CDC is recommending N95, not recommending N95 masks when the rest of the world is recommending. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They type that down. I'm just gonna let them know again.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me. Can I just hold and talk to someone?
I can't transfer you right now. The best that I can do is just the best that I could do right now is just message them, people that are working on your inquiries. I'm not even sure particularly who is working on your inquiries. No, for the press officers, I'm just going to try to send them a note and just let them know that you followed up. But yes, let's see. If you'll hold, please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hello.
Yes,
Yes, so what I did was I went over your inquiry, your original inquiry, and I just kind of re-clarified what the question was, and then I sent that back to them, so hopefully you'll get a response back this time. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on your inquiry and just try to make sure that someone gets back in touch with you, but I'm sorry again about the wait.
Okay, but when do you think this now has been 11 days, so when do you think it will happen? I mean, I did 2 articles in the meantime already on it, but this particular issue hasn't changed, so I'm still interested in it. So when do you think we could be able to get a response on this?
So I'm not sure, because I'm not in on the scheduling, but hopefully someone will get my message today and let you know in time. So I'm just gonna kind of keep a lookout with this one. But yeah, I have re-clarified and just resent your inquiry to them, so we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I'll do my best to make sure someone gets in touch with you.
Okay, thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
No problem. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Also, you will listen to a gentleman from a company that sells N95 masks, where he's confirming that N95 masks are not available at this time for the general public. But then again, if you look at Amazon or you look at many other distribution channels, N95 seems to be freely available. However, it is clear that KN95 masks are out there in the millions, and there's a lot of competition, and KN95 are widely available, and there doesn't seem to be a shortage.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hi, good morning, Chris. I see you're Chris Humbert. I see your story here. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz. I'm with eTurbo News and Livestream in Honolulu. We're a global publication mostly for travel and tourism professionals, and we've been following, of course, like everyone else, Corona. And we've done a number of stories on the difference in legislation and recommendation by the CDC and by European authorities, like specifically in Germany. And since you're producing, I understand, N95 masks, you mentioned in an interview, I think last year, with public radio, that you cannot produce any more of these masks. You're at capacity, or does it mean you simply don't produce them?
We're not the manufacturer of the product. The factory that we buy from was not providing product to us in the market because they were providing exclusively to medical facilities and government entities at the time. So
Okay.
that's the take on it.
And did this change at all?
Question: What is the purpose of you asking these questions? Is this an interview, or are you just asking me for your own benefit?
No, it's for our publication. We want to write about it and get some feedback on the mask.
Yeah, I think that. Are you asking me if you can interview us on it, or I'm not sure.
But we can do a formal interview, or if you just, I can take notes. That's not.
Well, no, I don't really have any new information from. I don't think I'm going to add any value to the conversation since the NPR article, which was out a couple of months ago. Things have not changed on N95 cone masks at all.
Okay, so it's hard to get them because a lot of people are talking about fraud. KN95 mask, is that something you sell, the Chinese version, the KN95?
We do not.
Okay.
The article, we only buy N95 product from the U.S.
Okay.
And we do not. We only buy them from known sources that are trusted. So yeah, I don't think I can really add much value to your article beyond what's already been written.
No, I understand and I appreciate it. There's just one thing what bugs me. In Europe, they have something, I think it's called FFP2 and FFP3, if I recall this directly. And they're actually recommended, and not only recommended, they're required in certain German states for the public to wear. So, and the CDC in return is saying, don't wear the N95. Do you know why this is? Is it because of the availability?
I'm not sure, quite frankly. Originally, they were saying don't wear them because you're taking the opportunity away from healthcare workers, but that was last year, and that's my interpretation, not their. That's my interpretation of what they said. That's not actually what they said, so I would quote them directly. But I think it was more based on the availability of the product. I'm not familiar with the other product you mentioned at all.
Okay, yeah, it's a similar to the N95. It's just the European version, from what I understand. But
yeah, I hate to come up empty for you, but I just don't have any value to add beyond what's already been written, and that's why I'm kind of reluctant to even have any kind of an interview at all, because I don't think I'm not providing any value at all.
No, you have, and I appreciate it. I mean, basically, it hasn't changed. The product is not freely available, the N95s.
Correct.
And that's the main thing, and that's probably most likely, I assume, why CDC is still recommending for the public not to wear it because it may take it away from healthcare workers, what I guess most people would agree. So that's kind of what I was trying to get a feel for, and then I was going into the fraud. But since you're only selling N95, that's a no issue for you as well. So I guess
right.
Yeah. No, I appreciate.
Yeah, no problem. Throughout the whole ordeal, all we've purchased from is reliable factories that we buy from. Nobody knew. There's a lot of speculators out there. There's a lot of people trying to jump into the business the last year and a half, and we did not participate with any of them. So it's just not our thing.
No, that's definitely. So you sell it right now exclusively to healthcare providers, right?
No, that's not our audience. I'd rather not get into it. Like I said, I just don't see that I'm going to have much value for you. That's I'm not trying to be difficult. I don't
No,
see
that's
any
fine.
value that I'm going to add at all.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time anyway.
No problem. Thank you
Good
very
night.
much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. CDC has demonstrated to have accurate information on its website, but it's not always visible to those that look and search for what type of mask to wear, for example. They're hidden in pages and pages of other pages, and the public is kind of irritated, I think, when you start researching this subject. It is, in my opinion, very important for CDC to tell the truth, face the American people, and try to do better. We have the Defense Production Act, what would force companies to produce more. I'm not a politician. I don't know what to do and what to recommend, but as far as I know, the government should not lie to the people. So listen to some of the phone calls I made in trying to get an official response. I can only be hopeful that this response is now upcoming very shortly, and once it does, we will certainly share it with you. Now we'll be going to listen to a gentleman whose company is specialized in selling N95 masks, telling us that there is still a shortage and the situation has not improved over the last few months. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can see many phone calls were made to CDC. We will stay on this story and hopefully get you some better responses and better answers. I also wanted to point out that a previous YouTube version of a report we did questioning CDC was taken off by YouTube, and after an appeal was put back on. But you see, there is a lot of controversial also in trying to censor media that are simply trying to do a good job in informing people about what is going on in an independent way. eTurbo News is proud to be independent media. We will keep asking questions. We will keep on this story, and we wanted to do all the best. So please stay safe and join us again shortly. Aloha.